Hello and welcome to the Man United agenda. This is the player ratings. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Man United agenda. Today we'll be doing the player ratings for Man United versus Liverpool. Please go like and subscribe to the channel. We are currently on the road to 1k subscribers, and if you do go and subscribe to us, you are at a chance of winning a free Bruno Fernandez shirt. With me today, I do have Talk. How are we today, Talk?
So.
Yeah, it was absolutely a terrible game yesterday, and I got very wound up by a lot of my friends at work today as well. Loads of City fans. Wasn't good at all.
Fans as well. City fans as
City
well.
fans.
Liverpool. Oh, can you imagine it? I mean, listen, it's not, you know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. Liverpool can only play what's put in front of them. But I mean, come on, let's have it right. We helped them massively. So I'm not really reading too much into this from Liverpool's perspective. You know, it was quite far too easy for them.
I agree. Before we get onto this player ratings, we'll quickly go through the couple of the comments that we do have. We've got OMONDI here on the chat. Hey there, OMONDI. I hope you're well. Hey, Maisey. This is going to be interesting scoring. I can't imagine anything higher than a 5. Oh, sugar, that number again. We've got Solo here as well. Hey there, Solo. I hope you're okay. We do have here as well Tom B, all 0. And we have got Frogs without hacks. I give Ollie a 10 at PS. Yeah. PS, please keep him.
Who do you support, Frags? Let us know what you support, mate.
Yep, I missed the B, -1 for everyone. TTM Sports, I would read a lot into it. 22 unbeaten games, which is correct. We have had unbeaten games, especially away in the Premier League. That was since when Bruno came, and then we lost that against Leicester. But never mind, we'll get into this player ratings today, and then we will go through everyone's comments as well, see what you all think on the ratings. So here we are back onto our usual place every Monday with our player ratings, and we'll start first with David De Gea. He did do a couple of good saves for me. However, he did concede 5 goals, and when you do look at that, conceding 5 goals against your rival, it is quite unforgivable.
Do you know what it is for David De Gea? You've got to think of it in these terms. If you've got too much time to think in any position on the pitch, unless you're like Cristiano Ronaldo, you inevitably will make a bad decision if you've got too much time to think about it. And when it comes to David De Gea, he had a lot of time there when you could see what was happening in front of him. You could see his defenders all over the shop. So he had so much to think about. He really did.
I agree.
That's why he's come out and said what he said about us playing like kids. You know, it's so. You know what? Yeah, they put 5 past us and made a couple of saves. And I mean, can we really blame him? I'm not really. I don't really want to blame David, to be fair. So I'm going to give him.
I wouldn't blame David neither. I would give him a 3, just because of the 5. A 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go 4. Don't want to be.
Okay, we'll go 4 then for now, and if that
But
does
you can
change,
go. No,
we can.
I'll stick to 3. You're the
Stick to
lady
3.
here, Maisie. You stick to 3.
Oh,
Ladies first.
thank you.
Ladies first.
TTM Sports has said David De Gea actually had no chance with any of them. He saved it from being 6. #Trent,
Yeah,
and that is absolutely correct.
That's exactly what I was just talking about. So yeah, you bang on there, mate. Bang on.
Yeah, bang on 100%. We'll go now with our next player, Wan-Bissaka. He did get that yellow card on the second half. We did get quite frustrated in that second half. He wasn't. I don't feel like he was the worst defender on the pitch in my eyes. I'd probably give him the same. I'd probably still give him a 3. What would you do?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Again, you're being harsh, but listen.
You can't be nice. You can't be nice.
I'll have to just agree with you, Maisie, on that one.
In these, I know these are going to be harsh ratings, but you can't be nice when it's your rival and when you had such a battering as well. You just can't be nice at all. The next one we have is Lindelof, and for me, I felt like Lindelof was the centre back out the two. What are you going for with Lindelof? What's your opinion on him with the game?
Do you know, I'm actually struggling here to find any positives to be fair, but I mean,
I can't find much positives. I'm trying to scrape it.
Yeah, the positioning was all wrong, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna give him. I'll give him a 3.
I'll go with you there as well because I actually do agree that he should get a 3. So let's put him there as a 3. Where is Lindelof? Lindelof, where you are? Yeah, so we'll go now with Harry Maguire. What are you going with Harry Maguire?
Harry Maguire, Harry. 80 million pounds, and if you know what, for the first goal, I think it's the first goal. You see, because we play the high line, right? So we're playing the high line. So you have and we're leaning. We'll always lean towards the side where the ball is being played, obviously. But Harry Maguire, I mean, being so high up the pitch, you cannot plant yourself as an obstacle and just think that it's okay. He's going to come running straight at me, and I'm going to go block, get my foot in, and get a tackle in. You can't. It doesn't work. That's not how it works. And you know what? If you watch the highlights again, you see. I'm actually watching them right now. It was so easy, that first goal for Keita. I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible. Even the second goal for Jota, that was an easy goal.
So Maguire, I mean, look, he's supposed to be our number 1 centre back. Well, I said that's disputable now, isn't it, with the arrival of Varane? But I mean, you know what? Look, I'm going to be really, really harsh here, and simply because he's the captain, he's getting nothing for me.
Well, for me, I was going to give Harry Maguire a 1 just because I felt like he was what.
Please don't do it.
Right, we'll put him as a 0 because I was very, very, very annoyed with Harry Maguire as well. So yeah, I always feel tight when I give someone a 0, but you know what? I'm going to go with what you're saying. We'll give him that 0 because it was just unforgivable performance from Harry Maguire.
And do you know what? Let me just point something out to you here, right, about football, right? When I played football, I mean, obviously it's been a few years since I played, but there's always talk because like 20 years ago you play in different positions, and your understanding of it being a defender, even if you play higher up the pitch, is your job is you read the game, you clock which way the play is going. You get yourself into position. You understand the attackers, which side they don't want to be shown. Also, if they're coming at you and you're playing the high line, and you see that, you have to be on your toes and you have to move back with them. Give them a constant obstacle to consider. If they've got nothing else to consider, once they've gone past you, apart from the goalkeeper or one more defender be splitting two forwards, you've not done your job. Simple as that. Now, that's what he did, exactly what I've just said. He did right there. He did not anticipate what's Mo Salah was going to do. So he should have been on his toes in front of Mo Salah, showing him, look, you ain't getting down this side. You're going to have to go that way, and keep him with him, slow him down, give everybody else a chance to get back. But it was shocking, absolutely shocking, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, so I can see here Bath Time with Vaughn is in the chat and Rich is also in the chat. Hello to both of you. Thank you for tuning in. Bath Time did say about giving Wan-Bissaka a 2, and Box has also said to give the whole team a 0. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Luke Shaw now. With Luke Shaw, it was just, I have no words. I just feel like Luke Shaw is one of them players who has gone backwards this season. When you had seen him last season, I had nothing but praise for Luke Shaw, knowing how well he was playing. But it just feels like he's going in a downward spiral now. And for me, I'm going to give him a 1.
Look, I mean, he was at fault a couple of times in the game, but for the first goal, he got split. It was only him. Nobody else tracked back with him. He was the only one who tracked back. He was split by, we actually did the watch along. He was, and I mentioned it at the time. I said, "What, Luke Shaw? He's got no chance here. He's got a player either side of him, and he's on his own. So he has no hope in hell of doing anything." So, and I also believe that because of the positional choices by the rest of the team, he was trying to do far too much. Luke Shaw. He was overthinking it, and he was trying to jam too much in because of the bad positional play of ours. And you know what? Yeah, he does need to improve. I'm not gonna deny that. But I mean, Luke Shaw, I don't know. I'll give him a 2.
Okay, we'll do a 2 then for now. And to answer Rich's question, it does go up to 10, but no one's definitely getting a 10 today. Yeah, so we'll put Luke Shaw as that 2. Yes, so here is currently the goalkeeper and the defenders who did start for Man United rating so far. Let me know in the comments on what you think the rating should be for these 5 players, sorry. Oh my god, I'm not with it, I can't count. Next one we've got now is our midfield, and I'll start with McTominay. For me, I feel like Fred had the better game over McTominay. Fred had the better game over McTominay, especially in the first half. For me, I just felt like McTominay wasn't there at all in the game in my eyes, and I'd probably give him a 2, just like Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you've got the kind of gap from the forward players to the midfield, it's always going to be a struggle. Fred was trying his absolute best. And are we marking Fred now? Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing McTominay. Are we doing McTominay?
McTominay.
Yeah, McTominay.
Okay,
yeah.
So McTominay. Yeah, I mean, look, he's a good squad player, but he ain't a starter for Man United. No 2 ways about it. He's just not. I don't care what anybody says. He ain't good enough. End of for a midfield of Manchester United. Yeah, if anyone can tell me why Scott McTominay is good enough to play in a midfield for Manchester United, I'd love to hear you try and convince me, because you're going to talk absolute nonsense and you're going to be talking out of that hole in your back, mate. Because he's not good enough. He is not good enough by any stretch of imagination. He's got legs. He runs about a lot. He's got no football intelligence that you could mention. You could write it on the back of a stamp, right? So he gets a 0 for me.
Oh, so we'll go in the middle then. We'll go with a 1 because I went with a 2 and you went with a 0. So we'll go in the middle. McTominay, there you are. I will go with Fred now, because we did touch on Fred that little tiny bit. Both me and you did say Fred was the better player out than both.
The thing is, Fred's a better player than McTominay.
He is. He puts 100% effort in every single time, and because he's putting that effort in, I think sometimes there could be a bit of frustration and lack of concentration at the times, and that causes a yellow card or it causes a free kick in a dangerous position. But I don't think it's the overall game people don't really watch of Fred, and I felt like Fred was one of our better players.
And I'll tell you what else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else I didn't like. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. But I'll tell you what else I didn't like was Scott McTominay coming out and saying, "Yeah, we are the underdogs." Like, what are we talking about with the underdogs? Where's this come? What's all that about? What's all that about? Like, what? Oh, I get you. So what you're saying is, Scott, is that if you don't go well, then it's because we were the underdogs. No, mate, that's not the right attitude to be at Manchester United.
I agree.
Putting excuses in place before you've even got into a game, it's just crazy. It's totally crazy, and it's all right. You know what? There's talk of the board having a meeting right now about the future of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and but let me tell you this: they need to be having a meeting as well, also about the future of some of the players at the club, because they're just not good enough. It's just they're not good enough. But
I agree.
Fred for his effort, I'm going to give him. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to give Fred a 5.
Yeah, bath time thought the exact same as you. He thought a 5, and I was going with a 4. So I'm gonna go with a 5 as well. Based on, I feel like Fred was one of our best players who was on the pitch. So yeah, put Fred as a 5 because I feel like he was the one who deserves one of the best ratings in my eyes. We'll go now with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, he did have a couple of shots, didn't execute. It just felt like into the second half, he was a little bit sulky to me, and it's not that attitude what you do want to see.
Do you know what it is? It wasn't sulking. It was frustration because listen, you've got to understand how this. What is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer playing? He's playing a 4-2-3 and a 1. Those 3 are meant to be assisted by the midfield players, right? And then also helped out by the right backs, left backs, wing backs, whatever you're going to call them. So, and if that isn't happening, how can you expect somebody who's on a left midfield in an attacking forward position to try and work really hard to get into the centre of midfield, start battling for a ball, and then have nobody to actually pass it to who's going to feed him if he's actually then makes a really good run forward? How does that work? This is where that's why it's all wrong, and I can understand his frustrations because he's in his mind saying, "Wait a minute, what's going on here? I'm supposed to be the one here to receive the ball either from Luke Shaw, preferably, or from the midfield from Fred or McTominay, or Bruno Fernandez. Play it in, get me in, and I'm off. I'm gone. I'll get down the wing, and then everybody else can then make a run for the box. As long as I've got an outlet, i.e., in Luke Shaw, providing me some backup, then I can put the ball in. And if I can't, I can release it to Shaw, then make a move forward. You know what I mean? But Marcus, I mean, look, he's just come back from injury. Maybe he's not 100% fit still. He needs a bit ring rusty and blah blah blah. But for his pure greatness, I'm going to give him a 3.
Yeah, I was gonna go with a 2 for Marcus Rashford, but we'll go with that 3 because we'll go with that 3. Where is Marcus Rashford? I'm just there singing to myself now, trying to make myself feel a little bit happier. Whilst I look for Marcus Rashford, though, we'll go next with Bruno Fernandez. What are you going with Bruno Fernandez?
Bruno.
You know what? I do love Bruno, like how he does influence the team, how you can tell he is a leader at Manchester United, and he does have potential to get that captain's armband permanently one day. But yesterday's game really just was not his game, and I just can't rate him very high at all. I think I have to give him a 2.
Yes, again, you're talking about a player who is a creator, a very creative player.
Yes,
he's supposed to be relying on Scott McTominay and Fred to be the ones who are doing the hard work running, right? And Bruno floats about in the spaces. So as soon as they receive the ball, bang, they're in. He can then turn with the ball, and he's then in a good position to make an intelligent pass. If he's got to scurry around the pitch looking for the ball, or go and help out two absolute not fit for purpose players, i.e. McTominay and Fred, if he's got to start running around to try and help them out, we find Bruno doing this all the time. We've had talks about him getting too far forward. We have talks about him going too deep. That tells you exactly where we are as a team right now. It's just the balance is all to cut.
It's not there.
It's just it's wrong. It's all wrong. So, but Bruno's, he is one of our best players. There's no two ways about it. And again, it's just frustrating for him that he's not getting the service that he needs. So I'm going to go, I don't know, 4.
4. I went for a 2 with Bruno Fernandez. So we'll put him as a 3 in the middle. And then if that does change with the comments, we can always get that changed. We'll go now with Mason Greenwood. He was taken off at half-time, and I know we did concede them 4 goals, and Greenwood was quiet in the first half. I didn't see too much of him, but I'd probably give him a 3 as well. Even though I love Mason Greenwood, I can't rate him very high.
Yeah, Mason, I love Mason to bits, you know I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
But again, this is where I'm talking about the balance. If you're telling me that you want to go and challenge for the biggest trophies in world football, which because they are, the Premier League and the Champions League are the 2 biggest club trophies, right? Forget all the other leagues because they're not as competitive or as good or as rich as our league, so they are the 2 biggest trophies. And you're telling me that you want to go out and spend £75 million on a right winger called Jadon Sancho, who's been doing bits at a club in that position, but then you bring him to the club and you then want to stick him out on the left, then you don't put him out, at all, and you then keep a kid out who is an out-and-out born striker with a radar only for goal. His whole decision process from being a kid is about, how do I make myself a yard for a goal? Right? Pass, receive the ball, 1 touch, bang. That's Mason Greenwood. 1 touch, bang. Or just 1 touch, just bang when the ball comes to him. You cannot expect him to be trying to work himself out from the right all the way inside round plays. That's not his game.
No, it's not his kind of play.
He's got, coming further down the pitch takes different types of decision-making processes, and then football, a different type of football intelligence. Positioning, anticipating, experience. He's not got enough experience for me, Mason Greenwood, in that position to even get him anywhere near being able to play on a regular, consistent and good performance basis. So why are you not playing Sancho out there? So it's not Mason Greenwood's fault, in my opinion. He's been put out there, which is crazy by the manager. He shouldn't be out there. So, but I'm going to give Mason, because he's my boy, I'm giving Mason a 7.
I'm not going to rate anyone a 7 today. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it.
I love Mason. No people want to do it, but he gets a 7. Sorry. I'm not going to turn my back on him.
I understand, but I'm going to put him as a 4 then. Because it's just, I'm not going to rate anyone high today. Really not. Lastly, Ronaldo. It is so hard to rate Ronaldo well, but it wasn't his game. He wasn't getting the service. He did have that challenge on Curtis Jones, and he was very, very lucky to get a red card on that. Even though I feel like I'm gonna give him a 4, Ronaldo. What are you going for?
Well, look, again, we're talking, we're criticising the players here, rightly so, but we do have to bear in mind that, Cristiano Ronaldo coming to the club, it was an opportunity for Ollie to say to himself, well, wait a minute, I've got 2 of the world's most lethal strikers of the ball here in Edinson Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo, right? I've got a brand new right winger, I've got a brand new centre back. Okay, I know the midfield has got some issues in terms of balance and everything else, but he had an opportunity there to make this work around Cristiano Ronaldo, but he just hasn't done that. And Cristiano Ronaldo, he will not. You know what? You can ask Cristiano. Sorry. You can ask Cristiano Ronaldo, to do loads of work like that. It's not good for him. It's not good for the team, because like we've seen in many games gone past, like we've just watched, Cristiano Ronaldo going all over the place looking for the ball leaves us with nobody up top. You know what I mean? It's all confused. This is not the idea of football. You're going to have a target man, i.e. Cristiano Ronaldo. He has to stay the target man. So he shouldn't even be asked to be running back anywhere. The rest of the team should be busting their socks off to get the ball to him, whether it be through crosses or clever little interchanging play around their box and a quick one in from someone like Bruno Fernandez or Paul Pogba. But they're not doing that. So it's frustrating for Cristiano, and you can see the frustration boil over in what he did with Curtis Jones. You know, he was getting so frustrated because, again, you got to remember, Cristiano Ronaldo knows what it's like to play Liverpool and beat Liverpool. He knows what it means. So, but I'll give Cristiano a 3.
A 3. Right, we'll go with a 3 because I just really can't rate people highly at all today. And it does break my heart to give him a low score because I do really love Ronaldo, but it is what it is. We'll go last with our substitutes. Paul Pogba for me gets a 0. He was on the pitch for around about 10-15 minutes, got a red card. I will give Cavani. I'd probably give Cavani a 4 because I feel like he did try to impact the game and he didn't do it just because we was just too far deep at that point. And I'd give Dalot a 2 just because I just don't feel like Dalot made any impact and his crosses were terrible. What are you going for with the free talk?
Yeah, I mean, Pogba.
0.
Listen, Pogba's expression when he came on told you everything you need to know. He was laughing. He was like, "What am I supposed to do here? Are you taking a piss?" Right? So, but yeah, no, 0 all round.
I agree. And Cavani, what are you going with Cavani?
Cavani, I mean, look, yeah, again, you know what? You got a guy here who's hungry for goals coming on 5-0 down. I mean, it's supposed to be 5-0 at that time when he come on.
I think it was 4-0 at that point.
It was 4-0, yeah. So, you know what? You know, it's crazy decisions. It all went wrong from the start in all his selection. But, I mean, Cavani, I'll give him a 2.
Okay, put him as a 2. And Dalot, I had Dalot as a 2. Do you agree with that?
No, he gets an out from me.
We'll put him as a 1 then, because in the middle. So here is the player ratings that we have done for today. Yeah, extremely disappointing, awful game overall, and even now I still feel deflated by it. But we've got Spurs coming up. Hopefully we do get the 3 points and next week's player ratings will be a lot more better this time round. I do want to say thank you for people who has been tuning in today. I've seen Adam, I've seen Niall as well. TTM Sports, I've not seen you in the chat before, so thank you everyone for tuning in today. So 8 o'clock it will be the next show on the Man United agenda. Please go like and subscribe. We are on the road to 1k subscribers, and if you do subscribe with us, you are at a chance of winning a free Bruno Fernandez shirt. As well as finding me on here, you can also find me on my YouTube channel, which is Devils United. And where can we find you, Talk?
Oh, currently looking for my mouse. I lost my mouse then. Oh, sorry. Yeah, usual place on Twitter at iTalkMU and on Devils United. And obviously on this channel, goes without saying.
Of course. Yeah, so we'll see you all next week with the player ratings, and go and tune in now to the 8 o'clock stream. It will be something you do not want to miss. But until then, we will see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Ciao. There you go.